Hello, dear students. I'm Farsana Kapil, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Department of English. In your text title, Journey Through the World of Poetry, you have a poem titled Identity Card by Mahmoud Darwish. So today we are going to analyze the poem Identity Card. Before moving to the poem, we have to be aware of the context in which this poem was written. Are you familiar with the term Nakba? Nakba refers to the violent displacement and dispossession of Palestinians during the 1940s, when the Jewish community from Europe came to settle in the Palestinian region. So this poem is written after 1948, addressing the issue of displacement and dispossession of native Palestinians, which is even going on today. So looking at the history, we can see that Mahmoud Darwish was born in 1941 and he died in 2008. And the identity card was written in 1964 in the anthology titled Leaves of Olives. Here, olives is a significant symbol to depict the Palestinian culture, their tradition, and their history. Before moving on to the analysis, it would be better if you pause the slide and read the poem Identity Card. The poem begins by asserting the identity of Palestinians, and it begins by stating, write down, I am an Arab and my identity card number is 50,000. I have 8 children and the ninth will come after a summer. Will you be angry? This is how the poem begins. This poem depicts a situation where a person, a Palestinian, who is considered as a present absentee within his own native country, and for a movement to happen from one place to another, he should show his identity card. So this poem is set in a place where a person, a Palestinian, has to show his identity card to the officers at the checkpoint. And these lines are the defiant assertion of self against the state's erasure, the attempt to erase the people of Palestine. So here he states that he is an Arab and he have so many number of children and another child is going to be born within a short time, which means that when the government or the authority is trying to erase such a community, here he is trying to show that their community will persist and their community will continue their generations even after many years. So in stanza 1, you can see that the person is trying to declare and he's telling that his identity is that of an Arab, a Palestinian Arab. In the second stanza, you can notice that the poet tells that he is from the working class and he works hard to meet the needs of day-to-day life, and he protects his children without begging the authorities. The powerful assertion of self-reliance and dignity can be seen through these lines. He refuses to be indebted to humiliation, to be dehumanized by the authorities. So this poem is against the dehumanization of Palestinians. The third stanza begins by saying, my roots took hold before the birth of time, which relates his connection to the ancient times. That is, The poem, the stanza focuses on the ancient connections of Palestinians to their land, the agrarian heritage that they continue even now, and their simple style of living, which has attracted many. In the next stanza, you can see that he tries to assert his physicality and the place and his place in this region. He states that his color is jet black and his eyes are brown and he wears keffiyeh, and keffiyeh is also an iconic cultural symbol with protective edge. And the fifth stanza discusses the condition of dispossession, how the people had to face the violent displacement and dispossession. The lines like, "You stole my forefathers' vineyards and land I used to till," is a direct acquisition of theft and dispossession of ancestral lands. He talks about the barren realities that he had to face during the course of time. The final stanza is a warning to the people who are trying to suppress the Palestinian community and those who are continuously dehumanizing the Palestinians and leading them to an identity crisis. He tries to talk about the spatial side and memory side that is continuously happening in Palestine to erase a community which existed since the ancient times. So he tells over here, "Beware, beware of my hunger and my anger." He tells that he doesn't hate anyone, or the Palestinian community doesn't hate any group of people in particular. But when they are being attacked, they would endure the pain for a long period, but at a point they might react to it. Okay, so they are telling that never propagate hatred to the world. Instead, try to protect them, try to address their issues. And in case if they are being continuously being attacked, they will react. So that is how the poem ends. This poem is, as I told earlier, it is an assertion of the Palestinian identity. It, though the identity card is it belongs to a bureaucratic system, or it is a symbol of a bureaucracy, here the identity card is being used as a means of resistance, as a means to address the identity of the Palestinian people. We can observe that in this poem, Mahmoud Darwish uses several figures of speech and imagery to vividly portray the emotional depth of the speaker. For example, he uses several metaphors like the comparison of a human connection to the roots of a tree. He also repeats the line, "Write down, I'm an Arab," to emphasize the defiance and to assert his identity. Identity card remains potent symbol of Palestinian identity and resistance against oppression. This poem acts as a voice for the voiceless community. Thank you.